I'm John Napier, and this is Discover Temecula Valley. Today I'm at the Merc. The Mercantile is one of Temecula's original buildings and has been beautifully restored as a venue for music and live theater. This intimate club-style theatrical space has superb acoustics and can seat around 70 patrons. Recently, two local students, Liam Rosen and Angelo Cabuguas, presented two shows in a night of improv. Let's go inside and find out more about their night of improv. So guys, what is improv and what was the attraction that you guys had for improv?
So improv is a type of theater, improvisational theater, where everything that happens is just made up on the spot. So it is very spontaneous, and I think that is definitely the appeal of improv for both an audience and performer, because neither of us really know what's going to happen. There's a little bit of excitement, and for us, nervousness. So I think there's just a lot of fun that comes from that, because it is unlike theater, like performed theater, like plays and musicals in that regard. And that spontaneity and that specialness of this being something that will never be replicated, never duplicated, is something that you really just can't get from any other form of art. And just trying to build a story.
I think it's just really interesting that neither the performer or the audience knows what they're going to get from that show. Like, they're confident that it'll be a good show, but they don't know what that show is actually going to be about. And I think that's just something magical, that someone's just like, it's just exciting to not know what you're actually going to see.
Yeah, anything and everything can come out of left field, and I think that's just something that you really can't get from a lot of other types of art.
And another big thing is it only happens once. Yeah. That show is for that audience and only that audience. And that's incredible.
It's an incredibly special moment.
And without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started with our question now, which is...
What is something that has happened in the past that you had a really strong emotional reaction to, just something that made you really excited, made you nervous, and just feel free to shout out some ideas.
Any ideas out there? Whatever you guys are ready.
Frogs!
Frogs! Can we get something more?
How did you get into improv?
I would say for both Angelo and I, it was a lot to do with our siblings, because our siblings were at SHAP like before we were, when we were both in middle school, and they were both interested in improv. So originally we would go to the shows with them, and we'd watch these giants on stage with so much confidence. Like, even though they didn't know what they were performing, they had confidence in themselves and their teammates, and something that just inspired the heck out of us.
Kids, this is your garden. Simon, we have to run. I have you, okay? Okay? Yes, we're ready.
So are there any plans to perform again at the Merc or somewhere else? What do you guys want to do?
Oh yes, there are.
We definitely want to keep doing this show, but we do want to keep rehearsing, and we definitely want to do a show at the Merc. Hopefully next summer in 2023.
Did the evening go the way you expected it to? Was there anything that happened that was surprising?
I mean, I think the biggest surprise came with just the fact that we had like real audience members, and of course
that was real, yeah.
That's something that I should have expected, but I just assumed that it would be an audience completely of my friends. But the fact that there were actual audience members that I had never seen before, and who were just coming to see our show, just to see a performance, was really something special that I just didn't even think about.
I think in terms of it just being a good show, that show that we were both proud of was kind of expected. I mean, obviously that's what we were hoping for. Yeah. But with improv, there's no way to expect anything. So I think we were thoroughly surprised with like the actual content of the show. I mean, we've never done romance or like anything like kind of dramatic and actiony like the first show. But I think in terms of like doing a good show that we were proud of, that was what we hoped for, and that's what we got.
Did you guys take a car? I did. We kind of did. You're sick. Oh, perfect. Okay, that's the one with enough seats. I really like the fly button too. Fly button? Oh, we lost 2 seats, by the way. Oh. You know, maybe we should just walk, and we can talk about it as we go. I just want you guys to know I'm really proud of you. Thanks. You're so amazing. And that's our show! of you not going to the 8:30 show.
We'll be back eventually.
This is not the last time Cabuguas and Rosen will perform. And with that, good night, drive safe, and have a lovely rest of your day.
People that we lived with, people that we knew our whole lives.
Power outage. Too much light.
I'm going to stop recording for a second. For music and live theater. The truck in the background is beautifully designed to make as much noise. Recently, two local students, Liam Rosen and Angelo